Did you know that the many colorful characters from the world of Sonic the Hedgehog have all been played by at least 5 different actors? Sonic in particular has been portrayed in English by a different actor from almost every single major market for voiceover. New York, Texas, Vancouver, multiple times in California, a few different Japanese actors, and occasionally even Sega staff members. Sonic's most consistent voice actor of all is his Japanese seiyuu, Junichi Kanemaru, who first began playing the already famous Hedgehog in 1999, starting from Sonic Adventure on the Dreamcast. Since Sonic has always been considered a very popular character in English-speaking countries, one of Sonic's quirks in Japan is that he often speaks in English.
Oh, what a great view! Okay, let's get going! Somebody help! Help me!
Throughout the 20-plus years of the popular game franchise, Sega has made the decision to change the voice cast of the Sonic characters multiple times, going from a unionized talent pool in San Diego to a non-union cast in New York borrowing from the Sonic X anime, to most recently back to the West Coast in Studio City, California, with an entirely new voice cast except for Dr. Eggman. Although these iconic characters have been played by a wide variety of different voice actors from all across the country and even the world, there's not often been quite as much creative freedom and liberties taken from actor to actor, as Sega has worked to keep the sound of each character as consistent as possible. Between the 2 cast changes that have occurred over the last decade, the actors auditioning for the roles were being played samples to work off of from the previous cast working in the video games, in order to match the sound and keep the character consistent.
My name is Shadow. You're not even good enough to be my fake.
I'll show you the true power of Chaos Control!
Where's that damn 4th Chaos Emerald? I've heard enough. You're boring me to death, Black Doom. You're going down!
I have no interest in these formalities. Pageantry aside, we're here to win. You can be sure of that. No matter how many times you try, you can't win.
Despite these precautions being taken by Sega over the years and the varying casting directors between studios, the subtle differences between each character's changed voices has been a constant subject of controversy on the internet, as the Sonic the Hedgehog fanbase has become infamous for their incredibly particular issues in the interpretation of the series cast. A funny story comes from the characters Sonic and Chris. While auditioning for Sonic X, Jason Griffith originally read for the part of Chris Thorndyke, and used a young boy voice similar to his early performances as Sonic. He eventually booked Sonic and later readjusted the voice to fit the character more as the years passed.
Well, I can do a lot of things. Yeah, I have a name. My name is Sonic the Hedgehog. I'm Sonic! Sonic the Hedgehog! Oh, I get it. No problem.
In addition, Suzanne Goldish, who eventually did book the part of Chris Thorndyke, was originally a sound engineer for 4Kids and worked on several of their shows and games, including Sonic X. She later relocated to California and now, ironically enough, is an engineer for Studiopolis, where the Sonic games are currently recorded. While the series was still being recorded at 4Kids, voice actor Dan Green, who is most popular for playing the title character of Yu-Gi-Oh!, voiced the most amount of individual Sonic characters than any other actor involved with the franchise. He played the part of Knuckles the Echidna, Storm the Albatross, Mephiles the Dark, Professor Pickle, later took on the role of Vector the Crocodile from Carter Cathcart, as well as a few other one-off characters between the games and anime. Speaking of Vector the Crocodile, another funny story comes from how Vector's voice had a massive shift around the time of the game Shadow the Hedgehog's recording. Carter Cathcart played Vector the Crocodile in Sonic X, and for his first appearance in the show was performing the character close to Vector's previous actor from Sonic Heroes, Marc Biagi.
SBO, don't be silly. Besides, you know our policy. We never turn down work that pays. Come on, boys. Let's go.
See what I mean? The old intuition never failed. Never mind that. Let's get back to the job at hand. We got ourselves a damsel in distress to rescue here.
However, when it came time to record for Shadow, allegedly the voice director did not have a reference available to play, and it had been so long since recording Vector for the show that they just went with a whole new voice for Vector.
Aren't you done yet? At this rate, the entire day will be wasted. Find the computer room!
Dan Green later took over for Carter in Mario and Sonic Olympics and Sonic Rivals 2.
Next me! All right, how do you like that? I win!
And even eventually Keith Silverstein, Vector's current actor, was given a reference of this voice to work off of during his audition process.
I've had it up to here with robots and Eggman and all of it. Now where's my money? I'm sorry, my fault. I got a little hot under the collar there.
Going back to Shadow, a new villain character exclusive to this game, Black Doom, was voiced by Sean Schemmel, more commonly known as the voice of Goku from Dragon Ball Z.
As you can see, the day of reckoning will soon be here. Find the 7 Chaos Emeralds and bring them to me as promised.
Black Doom's voice was, surprisingly, not pitch-shifted or modulated at all, but was certainly taxing, as Schemmel went through a massive 14 hours of recording for the character over multiple sessions. Although this was during a time when the Sonic games were being recorded before kids, there were certain exceptions where other characters would be recorded elsewhere. Usually this would be in the case of separate Sega characters crossing over into a Sonic game, like Apollo Smile as Ulala from Space Channel 5, and Kaoru Morota as Ai from Super Monkey Ball. However, one interesting exception was the game Sonic and the Black Knight, which featured 3 new characters that were all recorded at Webtone Inc. in Los Gatos, California. These new characters were played by actors you might recognize from some other games. Caliburn was played by Casey Robertson, voice of fellow Sega character Riala from the Knight series. The Black Knight was played by Gavin Hammon, voice of Pantheon and Varus from League of Legends, and Kenny from the Walking Dead games. And Melissa Hutchison, who played Merlina, was also in the Walking Dead games as the voice of Clementine, winning 2013 Spike Video Game Awards for Best Performance by a Human Female. Thanks for watching. This video was inspired by Did You Know Gaming, so go check out their channel and watch all their videos about gaming trivia. Thanks again to Kaiserneko for the audio mastering, JamesmanXtreme for the music, and BehindTheVoiceActors.com for all the audio samples. If you like this video, go check out this other one about Sonic the Hedgehog and more info about that series. Or you might like this other one about Dragon Ball Z too. As always, don't forget to like and subscribe. Thanks again and see you next time.